live on the KnivesFAST channel. I'm not going to do this for long because it's going to be dark shortly, so I thought I would talk to you guys for a few minutes. It is, what is this, Wednesday night? If there's anybody else live right now, I'm sorry in advance that I'm walking over your live, but I thought I would do a quick live this evening and just debrief from my trip, because I was scared to death. By the way, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stick around on the channel. But I was a little afraid because I only had a 50-minute layover in Chicago, and then I read and it was like I'm in the same concourse, and I'm like, cool. Well, like 30 minutes before I took off from Portland to Chicago, they moved my gate for my connection. They moved it to 2 or 3 concourses away. And I'm like, holy crap. But it said it was only an 18-minute walk, so I'm like, I always know that stuff's bull, and it'll take me, 10 minutes, which it did. It was 10 minutes. But we actually got there plenty of time. I had like 35 minutes before they even started boarding. So I actually got to get something to eat, barely, like a bagel is what I got, and use the restroom and then load. So I am back, and it is hot as crap. Let's see who's here. I'm gonna be in my truck in a minute and then I can talk better. Hey Tim, hey Jim, hey Kevin, hey David. Freak show, what is going on? Lots of channel members. So I don't know what I would have said if I had missed my connection in Chicago, which, by the way, let me just go for an aside here. The Chicago airport is psycho. I had been there, but it had been like 10 years ago, and it wasn't that bad. That was horrible. Tonight it was very crowded, but I did an 18-minute walk in 11 minutes, so that's pretty good. Not bad at all. But what I was saying is, if I had gotten delayed in Chicago, I might not have said the same thing. But that was an absolutely fantastic trip. Definitely worth it. There's a nice 911. Look at that. Gotta love that. Nice. Very, very nice. But yeah, no, very much worthwhile. A whole day of travel to get there, a whole day of travel to get back, and then, like I got the whole day in the half a day in the factory. I did not know. Wow. Why don't you park really close to me? I hope I can get in my truck. Wow. Yeah, look at how much room they left me in between. Isn't that nice? So I may have to put the phone down for a second to get all my stuff in here. Matter of fact, I got to get my keys out of my bag here, but let's see if I can set this. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the tour was good. I did not know that they were going to have a bunch of people from across the knife industry there. I thought maybe they were just bringing in a few YouTubers, which there were. There were three channels there. I did not know either of the other two, and I can't remember the name of one of them, so it's kind of going to be hard to shout them out. But the first one was called Armed Scholar. He's a firearms channel, and a super nice guy. Him and his wife both came in. I cannot remember his name right now, but his channel's called The Armed Scholar, and he's got like 700,000 subs. I'm like, really? And he just literally does podcasts talking about legal stuff with guns. And he's got 700,000 subs. That is mind-blowing to me. And really cool. And the other channel was a smaller channel. They're out of Reno. He's out of California. The other one's 3 guys out of Reno, and they have like a hunting channel. They hunt out in Nevada. But what I was going to say is, I was kind of surprised. I didn't know there would be other, like a bunch of folks from like Knife Dealers. Blade HQ was there. House of Blades was there. Man, this is going to be fun getting out of this parking spot. Blade HQ was there. House of Blades was there. I'm trying to remember the rest. Blue Ridge Knives was there. Knife Center had 2 people there. Hold on, guys. I need to focus for a second just to try to get. This is insane. This there's no room here. I cannot turn too fast, and I cannot turn too late, and I've got to back up, but I have no room to back up. So this ought to be interesting. Do not hit the Prius. Hold on, guys. Let me just get out of this parking spot, maybe. And don't hit the Explorer either. I'm clear of the Explorer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back up one more time. Don't hit the freaking Prius. Alright, that should do it. And now I gotta go through and pay for my parking. So but yeah, I mean, it was cool. Then there was people from their manufacturing partners. So like people from different, there was a guy there. I cannot remember the name of his company. There was guys from Niagara there that supply steel to Kershaw. There were guys from, shoot, I can't remember the name of the company, but they supply their Swiss lathes and some of their other machinery. But yeah, I mean, it was super cool to meet all these different people. There were retail people there. Like there was a guy there from Amazon. I'm like, what? Corporate folks were there. I mean, it was pretty cool. But the tour, just real quick, I'll say hi. Arizona, Jason, Jimmy Crow. What's up, man? Long time. Splitting slices, rule number 9. Hope you guys are doing good. Did I miss any big truck problems? Exactly. All right, well, I've got an hour and 15-minute drive, so I'll keep you guys on here for a few minutes. I got to get through and pay for my parking, and then once I start driving, I know where I'm going. So, well, I mostly know where I'm going. Actually, I may not know how to get. I don't know. So I may need my GPS. How in the crap? I don't even know how to get out of the parking lot. There we go. All right, now I got it. All right, so we're gonna do this. They have put in this auxiliary parking lot because they're rebuilding part of their main parking lot. So there's this auxiliary parking lot that I was in that is not very convenient. Hold on, let me do this. Again, big truck problems. $36. I did insert. What are you talking about? There we go. Did it work that time? Transaction approved. All right. Open up. I wish I could get a receipt. I would like a receipt. Oh, receipt. There we go. All right, very nice. All right, so I'll drive and talk for a few. I can't really read your comments. Hello. Okay, this person just stopped in the middle of the road. Okay, that's what happens when you're in a Prius. You just kind of do what you want. Did I say that out loud? I hope none of y'all drive a Prius. You're all going to be like, be nice, Casey. All right, now I got to figure out how to get back to the highway here. And it's just been a while since I've come out of this airport. Let's see, Jim Miller is still here, Anasso. I can't read that one. Birds, maybe? Oops, gotta drive. Light turned green. Go this way. Yep. All right. Follow the signs, KC. You're good to go. All right. Anyway, thank you guys for being patient with me there. But I thought I would start this before I would start this little live stream before it got pitch black, which it's going to do in the next 15-20 minutes here. So I started this, and then I will quit once it gets so dark you can't even see me anymore. But just a really good trip. The factory tour. Oh, by the way, I learned something today, and I said this in the chat during Big Red's live. There was a question I had forgotten to ask yesterday, and so I asked it today of my contact. Kershaw, U.S. factory. So we're not talking about any of the stuff made in China. We're just talking U.S. stuff. They U.S. factory, U.S. made products, ZT and Kershaw. Let's see, downtown that way. All right. So they make 1 million knives a year. Make and distribute 1 million knives or products, because they got manicure sets and stuff like that. Kershaw does per year. And I thought that was interesting. Some of you folks have seen some of my shorts and reels, and I've heard the comment, oh great, I hope they didn't replace all their workers with all that machinery. Look, you're not going to go to a factory today anywhere and not see some machines. There were plenty of people. I forgot to ask that question too, how many employees in the factory, but it's got to be 150 people at least there. There were plenty of people. I definitely don't think machines have taken all their workers out or anything like that. It definitely changes things, and you don't need as many workers anymore. But it definitely is important. Now, there were some things I didn't really know about Kershaw because, as you guys know, obviously I knew this was their 50th anniversary, but there were some things I didn't really know that I just never cared to check out, I guess. So Kershaw was actually started by a guy that worked at Gerber, Pete Kershaw. I met him. Pete worked at Gerber, and Pete was an avid outdoorsman, hunter, fisherman, so were all of his family. And Gerber was only making like kitchen stuff at the time, like kitchen knives and stuff like that. And so Pete decided to start making hunting and fishing knives. And so he started making them, and he hired some people to help him make them. And then he hired a small sales staff to literally go around the country with cases to different stores and show the knives and sell them. And he went through that whole thing. And then I guess around 1979, they started running into some issues. And so that's when they sold to Kai, which is a Japanese company. But obviously they have, the factory in America, and they're U.S. made and all that stuff. But it was interesting. I didn't even know the perspective of the Pete Kershaw part of things. He actually, it was funny, he made a pretty long thing about how, hold on, let me take a swig of this so I can put it away. He made a pretty long little story about how he was scared to sell the company and then allow them as part of the agreement to keep the name Kershaw, because he was worried that, whoever would buy it maybe wouldn't run it the way he would be proud of, and then his name would permanently be on the company. And it would, because you guys have seen that, where there's some company, it's after some guy, he sells it off, and then the company he sells it to does something stupid with it and turns it into something totally different than they intended, and their name's still on it or whatever. And so he was worried about that, but he flat out said he's not been working actively for Kershaw since 2008, I think they said, or 1998, maybe 1998. but he said he's very proud of what the company's become and all that stuff. So that was really cool. Oh yeah, that was the other store that was there, Cutlery Shop. I met Jeff from Cutlery. What a nice guy. Spent some time with him, talking to him, and the 2 guys from Blade HQ, 2 guys from Knife Center. Spent a lot of time talking to those guys. And so it was, to me, you know, the factory tour was great. Seeing a lot of the knives waiting to go out, getting to build my own knife, getting to meet all those people was actually my favorite part. I got to meet each of the department managers or vice presidents or whatever they are. Like the guy in charge of marketing, I already knew. I got to meet the R&D person, the logistics person, the design department guy, the production guy. I got to meet all these different people at Kershaw, and it just was cool. I would love to do that at more knife companies. I mean, so if you're listening and you own especially a U.S. knife company, but I'll go international. If you own a U.S. knife company and you want me to come do a factory tour and do video on you, I am wide open to that. I would love to go to Tour Knives, for example, and go do a factory tour. I would love that. I know the guys at Tour, and I've never asked them that. I'd rather, these kind of things just kind of happen organically. Make sure, I was making sure my lights were on because it's getting dark. I just thought it was really, really interesting and cool. And the people are just so nice in this industry. And I'm not just talking about Kershaw, I'm just talking about all these people that came together. Just the nicest people. I just think we have a really cool industry. I mean, I'm sure there's bad eggs everywhere you go, but I didn't meet any bad eggs this week. All good people, fantastic, phenomenal people, and was a really good chance to kind of get to know some more people in the business. So tell you what, guys, here's what I'll do. I'll search for a place to pull over, not here. Search for a place to pull over in the next 5-10 minutes, and then just kind of say hi to whoever's in the chat, and then wrap this up. But I wanted to kind of, well, you know what, I may go a little bit further talking at least, but I do want to pull over and at least say hi to everybody in a minute. I think there's like a, I don't know, like a bigger shopping center up here I can pull into. Okay, another thing to learn about this truck, I gotta be real careful. I'm gonna get me one of those there ticket things, man. This thing wants to go. It really likes to drive. Go. Yeah. I see you guys chatting, but I'm sorry. I don't wanna risk my life while I think is that? I can't tell who that is. But whoever you are, hello. But I'll pull over up here in just a moment when I can find somewhere to pull over. And we'll see what you guys are asking and saying and go from there. Now, I will be doing week in review on Friday. I'm sorry we missed KF Live on Monday night, but that's how it goes when you're traveling. Now, everybody's asking about when will I have my full Kershaw video or videos. It'll probably be 2, maybe 3. I don't know. I don't know. Probably won't get to edit till this weekend because now I got to go back to work for the next 2 days. So it'll probably be sometime Saturday or Sunday when I get time to edit some stuff. So I'll try to get something up next week, maybe at least one video up next week. All right, I think is this. I am hungry too, but I don't really want KFC or McDonald's or Waffle House. No, thank you. Or Denny's. All right, so I'm gonna pull over and say hi to you guys, and then it might be about time to wrap it up here in a minute. And there's Planet Fitness I could go work out. What is that? I thought there was like a big grocery store back here, but there's not. All right, we can get under this light, so maybe we have a little bit of light here. All right. talk to you guys for a minute, and then I got to roll. So, NASA's here, Joe Kasparek, Michael Ridgway. Guys, is there too much air blowing in the mic? Yeah, I'm interested to see how I sleep. Let me turn it down a little bit. How I sleep tonight. Oh, I know, and especially when you gone 3 hours, you know what I mean, to what, 2 time zones over. It's going to be tough to go back to work in the morning, but I'm working from home tomorrow, so I can kind of do, you know, if I want to work a little bit later, I can. Hey, Lenny, what's up, man? Hey, Freak Show isn't too bad on the noise. Okay, well, I turned it down a notch anyway. Don't forget to hit that like button. All you got to do is double tap the screen. Thank you. I appreciate it, Jason. Listening on my good headphones. There you go, and that's so awesome. But I don't know what you guys said when I was saying all that about Kershaw, but, you know, there'll be videos. So you're going to see a couple videos. But to me, this was more about meeting people and really starting to understand. I've never been to a knife factory, okay? So I didn't care if it was Kershaw or Gerber or Kubi or whoever. It didn't matter. I just really wanted to go to a knife factory and see how this stuff is done. Some of the stuff really amazed me. Like, they only do hollow grinds on certain blade steels. Like, I think he was saying they only do hollow grinds on like 14C and 154. Other steels, they don't like how the hollow grinds turned out, so they don't do it on those. And the hollow grinds are actually done by a machine. The flat grinds are done by a machine. And then the finished edges are done by people. Yeah, I mean, I'll go to Benchmade. I'll go back out there. NASA, that was wild, man. I didn't know who the guy was, and I'm talking to him, and someone goes, oh, that's Pete Kershaw. And I went, oh. We all had name tags on, but I have this real bad habit for about 20 years of not looking people in the eyes. So I now focus on looking people in the eyes. So I wasn't looking at his name tag. It was just like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. You know, we did have a wild thing last night at the end of the 50th anniversary thing. They had a mentalist come up and perform, and that was wild. And by the way, they were giving away, they had 5 of the new Kershaw tilts, the 50th anniversary tilts, and they were giving 5 of them away to those of us who had raffle tickets. And guys, I came within 1 digit. They had us stand up, and I came within 1 digit one time, 2 digits another time, and 3 digits another time, and I didn't win. I don't ever win. But I did get a live wire, so they're going to ship it to me, so I don't have it yet. Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Yeah, Loop, we don't do politics here. This is a knife channel. I don't have it. Well, yeah, I do. I have a knife to show you. Where do I have one? I have one knife in my truck. That's all I got. There you go. We have the SE3 in the truck. So I do have a knife on me now. I haven't had a knife except for that 380 or 4 hour period of time yesterday. 5 or 6 hour actually, where I had that red live wire. I can't believe they did that. That was so cool. We were the first group, and they took our group out, and he goes, all right, so this is the factory floor, and we've just booted out this group of people. They've been told to go do something else, and you guys are now on the line. And I'm like, what? And so they put us up there, and they had these trays laid out with parts. And again, they made it really simple. The springs were already in place and all this stuff. And you'll see in my video, I screw up. My spring and the button came out in the tray. And so I had to dig it out, put it back in. I was fumbling everywhere. It's all right. You guys know me. And then I had a hard time getting the screws in place. And but that was just cool. They set it in front of us, and they're like, build your own knife. And I'm like, that is too cool. And they walked us through it. But I had taken apart a couple of OTFs, so I kind of knew what I was doing, but theirs was a little bit different. Oh, I don't need to win. Apparently I have a tilt at home that they sent me to review that Jared Neve just sent. What is that? Okay, sorry. Go away. All right, well, I'm going to start driving. Hey, Paul Mills. Hey, Kevin Smith and Knives. I'll talk for a few minutes. And again, it's going to get real dark real quick. But I want to start getting home because I'm pooped. I think I slept about 5.5 hours the first night, and maybe 6.5 hours last night. And so I'm tired. So I'm going to head home. And if you guys want to hang out for a minute, I'll talk for a few more minutes until I run out of things to say. And then I'll hang up here in a few minutes. Yeah, Waffle House has a good crowd in there right now. How about, okay, so here's the question. I can't see your answers, but you guys can see each other's. If you had the choice of Denny's or Waffle House for breakfast, and that's all you could have between those two, you had to eat there, which one would you pick? But I can't read your answers, so I don't know why I'm asking. But you guys can tell each other. I think I would pick Waffle House, yeah. But there's also Wendy's right here, but I don't know Wendy's does breakfast. And I am hungry, but I don't feel like stopping. So I guess I'm just going to go home and have, like, I don't know, a sandwich or something. At 10 o'clock at night, you're going to eat a sandwich. Really? I don't know. Probably just eat some, maybe I'll make some ramen or something stupid at 10 o'clock at night and then go to bed. I just don't feel like eating something heavy. But I had, what did I have? I had bacon, toast, and fried potatoes at 7:30 West Coast time. And then I had a bagel with cream cheese in the Chicago airport. That's literally all I've eaten today. So, and some snacks. I mean, I've had a lot of snacks. I keep lots of snacks in my bag. Cheez-Its and peanut butter crackers and beef sticks, 2 beef sticks, like 2 bags of Cheez-Its, and then the 2 bags of pretzels on the plane. So, the 2 different planes. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not starving, but I'm definitely hungry. All right. Why is it 45 when we're on a major highway? Speed trap. All right. Well, so again, Friday at 1 p.m., 2 things are happening. Number one, at the beginning of the hour, before probably I won't go live until this is live. I'm going to make the practices live. Now, I'm lying when I say I do not know an exact number of how many I'm going to be dropping. I have one more small warranty issue to deal with probably tomorrow. And I'm going to do a full count from there. And I may allow like 1 extra warranty knife per... I already have a number set aside for warranty, and I may allow like 1 extra one for each one. So that's going to take even more off than I have to sell. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell what I'm comfortable selling at 1 p.m. on Friday. And then I may, a month down the road, sell a couple more, if that makes any sense. No promises on that. If you want to get in on one for sure, I would do Friday. Because, again, if I need more for warranty, those won't ever happen, the second batch. By the way, can you guys still see me? Not really. I guess I need to hang this up soon. Sorry, I don't drink a lot when I'm traveling because I don't like to use airplane bathrooms, so I'm like totally drenched. I mean, like, whatever the word is, dehydrated, I guess. All right, so and then right after I make the practices live, then we will go live with Weekend Review, and you guys can tell me if you got one, didn't get one. And then sometime Friday afternoon or evening, I'll get them packed up and headed out. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. That'll be the deal. So, if there's any questions, since I can't read the chat, you can DM me either at KnivesFAST on Instagram or Tempest Knives US on Instagram, or you can email me tempestknives@gmail.com, and I will answer as soon as I can. Now, today there have been a few emails, and I have not gotten to answer them yet. I have been hustling. So I have not really answered a lot of messages or anything today. I guess you guys can sort of see me. Sort of. But I am running out of things to say, too. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. Monday night, and I need to remind him, but the plan is this coming Monday night, Mark Perez, I gotta say it like Mark says it, Mark Perez, from Loot 10 and New Breed EDC will be our guest on KF Live. I need to remind him to make sure he's still okay, because it's been like 2 weeks since we talked about it, and it kind of snuck up on me that we're that close to Monday, but that's the plan. I don't have any other guests after that. Guys, I gotta tell you, I'm a bit frustrated. There's a lot of people that tell me they want to come on my stream, but then when it comes down to getting the hard tax, like putting it on a calendar, I have a lot of problem getting people to commit. So if you're wondering why I don't have as many guests as I used to, it's because I've had a hard time getting people to commit and actually get on the calendar. And I don't want to just regurgitate the same people over and over again, even though there are some people I want to have on again that I haven't had on for a while. I want to bring some new exciting guests. Now, by the way, you'll have to tell me this on a DM. Mods, I'd love to hear from you on our chat on this. That guy, I cannot remember his name. It might have been Mark. From that armed scholar. He's a lawyer who, does gun rights stuff. So he doesn't really even do knife stuff. Would you guys be interested if I had something like that on? I don't want to get real controversial. If I had him on, he's used to doing long form stuff and podcasts, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to talk for an hour about pew-pews and get YouTube on my case. But I don't know. Definitely made good contacts with some folks from Blade HQ. Maybe I can get somebody on from there. Still working to get Ben Peterson on. Like I say all the time, if you guys are interested in having somebody, and I've said to you that I've tried to get them on like Ben Peterson, buck the poop out of them. You need to be on KF Live. Then they'll know that there's people, and tell them KnivesFAST Live. Tell them that. But then they'll know there's people that genuinely want to hear from them. Ben Peterson, in fairness, I'm not ragging on Ben. He's got kids. He's a busy dad, busy guy, and it's just he spends his evenings with his family. So he's had a hard time carving out time. So don't make him feel bad, but just say we would really like to have you on. And if there's anybody else, send me a DM, give me a suggestion. Again, it should be Mark from New Breed and Luke 10 on Monday. We're going to talk design. We're going to talk his design language, my design language. Mark has seen more of my designs than any of y'all have because he's working on my CAD stuff. So I think we're just going to have fun and we're going to talk design. We're not going to give stuff away, but there's the rock quarry. You can see all the dust flying up in the air. Yeah. So, what else? I think that's all I wanted to cover. I hope you guys checked out today's video on the Launch 20. Really like that knife. Can't remember what tomorrow's video is. It's something. But we've got quite, whoa. Okay. I think my phone is dying. What does that say? United Airways keeps stopping. Oh, because I don't need that app anymore, so go away. All right. Guys, here's the deal. I'm about done. It's all I got energy for, so I'm gonna hang up. And hope you guys enjoyed this. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I can't show you knives because I don't really have any with me. I will again tomorrow. And really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for your support. Thanks for all being here. Thanks to all the channel members and Patreon supporters. And again, you guys are what made this happen. I don't get to go on a trip like this if people don't look. You guys have patronized those videos of knives Kershaw and CT have sent me, and they see that, and you know, that's cool. Built some good relationships. They've got, by the way, I can't tell you nothing, but they showed me a tray full of prototypes of upcoming knives, and oh yes. Now there's a couple that didn't really resonate with me, but there were a bunch that did. Really cool stuff coming your way from Kershaw and CT. Yeah, I'm not gonna go any further than that, but there's at least one knife that I'm extremely excited about. There were several that I'm excited about, but there's at least one that I'm like, I could not let this knife go. I'm like, can you send this to me? Can I just keep it? They're like, no. And I'm like, bummer. So, man, I am super speeding again. All right, so I got to put the cruise on here. So, yeah, thank you guys again for your friendship and for everything you do for this channel. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And again, I thank you so much for watching the darkness. By the way, if Zach sees this, see, I even do dark live streams, Zach. All right, guys, thanks for watching the KnivesFAST channel. See ya.